Guy, how's your turducken, man? How'd it go?
Yeah, gobble gobble. It
Do you
drives
know what a
again.
turducken
You know,
is?
I'm
You know what a turducken is?
I know I'm Ebenezer Scrooge and all those things, but when people say, how was your turkey day? I want to effing scream.
I
Gobble
know.
gobble
I know.
makes
I,
me
well,
crazy.
that's right up there with, hey man, how you doing? Living the dream.
Yeah,
Living the
it's
dream. But anyway,
so here you go. So PSA. So if you're one of those people out there that asks people how their turkey day was, you're doing it wrong. Don't at me.
yeah, well, I thought you had a solution to that. You can't tell them not to do. What are they supposed to do? Just completely blow it off? I mean, people are human beings, want to relate. They want camaraderie. They want to
How
know
was your
how you
Thanksgiving?
did.
I hope you had a lovely Thanksgiving. I hope you
Okay.
enjoyed time with your family and friends. Not
Oh,
how was your turkey? It diminishes the meaning of the season of the actual day.
all right. So speaking of diminishing, seasons,
Right.
your Jets are looking as bad as they have ever. And I know they're not your Jets. I just love doing that.
It's
But
incredible.
a diminishing win in that Giants game, man. Talk about winning ugly and almost doing what they had done for 3 other games or 4 other games this year, which is an almost snatching victory from snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Excuse me.
Yeah, no question. Look, you're right. And special teams was a problem yesterday for the Giants. I think, but for special teams, that game's a laugher. I hate to use that term, but it is, because the Bengals on offense did nothing. But, you give back that punt return late and you're saying to yourself, holy, you know what? They're going to lose this game.
Dude,
And last
for
year
sure.
they'd lose this game. This year
Yeah.
they don't. And, I've said it for a while. Look, they're 4-7. Their record sucks. But that's a football team that's on the right trajectory. And if the Eagles lose tonight, and
It's
that's
ours.
Monday night,
Yeah.
if this is being
Yeah.
dropped on Tuesday, the New York Giants are in first place by their lonesome.
Do you think, with all the insanity going on with football, I mean, how many people thought about the Denver Broncos situation and said, you know what, dude, I could have done better behind center than that dude did, throwing that dying quail for the INT and what I mean, seriously. And I know that's an absurd thing to say, but how many? I mean, do you think you could have?
No, of course I couldn't have done better. I mean, all the armchair assholes are going to be like, oh, I could have gone 1 of 9 and thrown 2, whatever the hell. But they wouldn't even gone 1 of 9 because they wouldn't have gotten 9 passes off. So don't fool yourself thinking you could strap it on and put the shoulder pads on and somehow do exactly what that. And by the way, go back and look. That kid in high school and college, he was a phenom behind center.
It is the most preposterous thought to think I could stand behind center and go back even 2 feet without falling all over myself. So, I'm kidding, but it was a case where, people were looking at a dire situation and saying, you know what? Nothing to lose here. I might have been able to toss one long. They got, NFL wide receiver, jump ball. So, all right. So let's talk about going long, retail into the holiday season.
Look at you. Nice segue there.
That's what we do. That's what we do. It's not even one of our best, but you know what? That's blocking and tackling. So Apple up 2% today, 2.5% today on a down tape. No other FAANG participation in that rally.
No.
And there's an argument, not only not a bad chart, but more importantly, the early returns on Black Friday, Cyber Monday are that Apple's selling some stuff here.
Apple wins. And look, again, I'm not going to pretend I've been I haven't, and I actually was one of the people that thought Apple would probably go back and look at $98, which was the level, if you go back before they announced the split, I mean, that would have been the level that made sense in terms of support. I think it got down to 104 and change.
Yep.
But I mean, the stock has traded well over the last week. It's traded really well. And I think one of the analysts put a $131 price target on it. Morgan Stanley, who's sort of the axe in the name, I think said there's 60% upside, and don't at me if I'm wrong, but I think I read that note correctly. And so, look, I think Apple sort of is one of those names that bucks the trend, and maybe it did all the work it needed to do on the downside. And maybe in terms of the stock, there is some daylight ahead. And you hear that behind me, by the way, that is thunder like I haven't heard in a while.
I hear you, man. And there's definitely, there's been no daylight all day here in the Northeast. I'm glad we had some tree work done around here. Otherwise,
Is
this
that
might
a
have been that
euphemism,
twister.
or do you actually have tree work done?
So if you want to go to the Urban Dictionary and look up tree work, I don't know what it's going to say, but
Right. Nor do I. Probably not a
you're,
good idea to look.
yeah. All right. So look, Apple breaking into the secondary with some daylight, whether they're, on a breakaway here back to those old highs, which were, let's see, we were 520,
132, I think.
130. Yeah. Means you have to have an extraordinary holiday season that we're not going to know about. But I do think you've got a chance to play Apple both on the multiple expansion and an opportunity to ride until we actually learn about how successful or not of a holiday season this was. And it doesn't really matter, except for the fact that that's usually the time to sell this bad boy. Get back to the pack, bro.
For you Jet fans out there, real quick, and I know you're out there, and this is just going to really twerk you, and this is my intention because I loathe the Jets almost as much as I loathe the Mets. But you probably can't get a third-round pick for Sam Darnold right now. Think about that. I just want you to think, just chew on that. You're probably not, maybe you're getting a third rounder. That's best case scenario. And that sucks for you.
Except for the fact that Trevor Lawrence is going to look good in green, bro. And I'm not a Jet fan, but he's got to cut that hair. But in the meantime, JETS.
Right on.
SUCK. Sorry. Did I do that?
I'll see you tomorrow.
Later.